Show you about location in App Inventor, okay? And basically at least how to find out where your phone is or where your app's running and it can always tell where it is, all right? And I've got the UI set up here and you're seeing this on the phone. My phone is sitting right here. It's projected on the screen, so that's what you're seeing. But if you want to find out your location, you're going to grab a location sensor and you have to go to the sensors drawer, okay? And it was open, but I just wanted to show you opening it. Grab location sensor and stick it in your app. Okay, and that's good. Now, if we go to the blocks, it's real easy to kind of actually grab the information. But what you want to do is put it within a location changed event. Okay, so when the location changes, let's change these numbers here. And in fact, this event gets triggered the first time a reading comes in. So it's not really, I guess, location's changing from zero reading to a reading, and then also if you move around a little bit. And there's some properties that we can change to make it trigger more or less often. But anyway, it's going to trigger the first time a reading comes in, and so this event will get triggered. And what I want to do, is just basically let's just stick the latitude that we get, the latitude reading, into a text box called lat label. So what I'm going to do is set lat label.text to the latitude of when my location changes comes in. Okay. So nothing happened right yet, but let's go ahead and finish these other properties. So I want to set the longitude as well. Okay, so I want to put in my label, I want to put what my longitude is. Okay, and then finally I want to get the address, so I'm going to set the address label. And there's no parameter for this one in the event, but I can go to the location sensor and there's actually a block called current address. And it's not a parameter here because Google, App Inventor does some more work. It calls Google and sends it the latitude, longitude, and actually gets the street address. So this will show a street address. Okay, so this is kind of what we want. These are the blocks. You'll notice my phone hasn't changed. So what's going on? Well, there's a couple things. One is this timer interval is saying only check every 60 seconds. So 60,000 milliseconds is 60 seconds or a minute. So let's go ahead and change this to every second. All right, and then that also basically also kind of updated my UI, and as you see, boom, it's gonna give us this new reading. And I don't know if I can move my phone as it's just sitting here, but as I move my phone, the reading could change as well. Okay. Sometimes the location stuff's a little glitchy. Make sure you go to your settings on your phone and set them correctly. So like for instance, I've taken my phone in my hand here and I'm just going to go to settings. So on my phone, the settings I can get to right here, and then if you go down to location services, these are the things you might check. So GPS satellites is the best way to get your location. Wireless networks, it'll get location if it can't get a GPS satellite. So make sure those guys are checked, and that will keep your app getting location stuff. Okay, anyway, that's the basics of location. I want to say one thing about these guys. So timer interval means at the most go and App Inventor will only check at the most every second if the location has changed. So this won't trigger a million times in a second, which it could if you were running fast. So that's what the timer. It's really the minimal time between triggers of that location changed event. And distance interval is the same. You could change this, and this is in miles, I think, or meters. I'm sorry, it's in meters. And basically you can say, if the phone moves 100 meters, then let this location changed event trigger. Okay, so in other words, if you want to do little breadcrumbs as you're running, you could say give App Inventor an idea how often it should do the breadcrumb.